Stop its daily activities throughout the construction period. To Mombasa Auto Care Group, we are indebted for the large contribution in building the walls. Ladies and gentlemen, the quality of service and personalized care that we offer to our patients speaks from our numbers. Our patients not only come from the surroundings of Bomu and Kilindini district, but we serve patients all the way from Nairobi, Kisumu, Arusha and Zanzibar. Just last week, I witnessed a patient being brought to the outpatients department, carried on a mattress, all the way from Voi. Distinguished guests, Bomu runs another satellite clinic in Likoni, having shifted its premises 3 times due to lack of space. We are truly indebted and extremely grateful to the family of mini bakeries for allowing Bomu to use a large building free of cost for an indefinite period of time. At Bomu, we strive to continually improve our quality in the clinical and administrative areas. We are proud to be the first NGO in the East African region to be ISO certified. Zubeda Dadani, our previous Director of Operation, has to be recognized for her effort in implementing the ISO certification and the construction in its early stages. VCT services are exemplary, and we have received a 2-star accreditation from NASCO for quality service. Your Excellency, this year also marks the 25th anniversary of Bomu's continued operation at this location, and 30 years since Makumani Clinic Society began its work in Mombasa. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, to my staff, I have a message. The change I have brought. But it is for you to say, yes we can! Ladies and gentlemen, the professional team supporting us has been simply outstanding. Kenya's best architect, Titus Kipsang of Symbiont Architects is here and is a creative genius behind this expansion. God bless you, Titus. Would you come forward? Deepak Mehta and his team on Chandi Construction have undertaken this job as if it was their own, working tirelessly, always full of ideas, nothing was ever too much. We are humbled by your efforts for us. Deepak, would you come forward? I would also like to recognize some of our key suppliers. Shankar Electronics, Reliable Electricals, who donated all the ceiling fans of the new building, tiles and carpets, Watco Construction, Bedroom, East African Elevators, Prime Aluminium, Firefox, Elite Plumbers, and many others. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, what Bomu has achieved would have remained just a twinkle in my eye, had it not been for our generous donors and supporters, institutional, corporate, and personal. There have been so many, I will not be able to name them all, but the names are inscribed on a plaque which you will see as you enter the clinic, a perpetual reminder of the generosity. The Japanese government, Department for International Development, and the European Union have funded many of Bomu's endeavors was generous. However, the one constant friend who has been with us from the very beginning is the government of the United States of America through its various agencies. A lot of what has happened here has its origin in what my son, Dr. Isaji, started. His mother is here with us. We owe you so much, Shafi, but unfortunately you are not with us today. FHI, which is represented by the country director, Mr. Peter Marobo, and his team, they have been our close partner in our early programs. AFIA too has continued to support Bomu in the provision of care and treatment to our HIV patients. Bless you, FHI and AFIA too. Project Sunshine, an initiative of young volunteers, continues to fund Bomu generously, and the entire children's program, together with the playroom, was possible through the financial support. Thank you so much. Lee Blay and the Alicia Keys Foundation donated funds for the construction together with the Stephen Lewis Foundation from Canada. May God reward you. There are also a number of local donors whose help and support has been tremendous. Anubai Babla, as Dr. Alvi said, has given generously over the last few years and has recently donated a state-of-the-art ambulance. We are indebted to you, Kanubai. The Global Tea and Commodities, Asante San. Firoz of Chemical Laboratory has donated his time and resource to help Bomu. On our new list of donors is the International Development Relief Fund from Canada. The event management service has been provided by Shah's Creations. You have done an excellent job, Shahida. As Dr. Alvi has said before, ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellency, Mr. Buckingham, I have no shame in soliciting more of your support. Now, more than ever, when the scale and scope of what we are doing and the palpable positive impact they are having on our community is so evident, I would ask you all to contribute generously to Bomu. Know this, and it's a fact, that every shilling is accounted for, properly spent, and made to work to achieve our objectives. Your Excellency, your presence here today symbolizes the US government's support of Bomu and its efforts. We are grateful for the time you have taken to visit us and to grace the opening of Bomu's expansion. I'm sure you will agree with me that our Mistress of Ceremonies, Tasneem Adamji, has done a wonderful job. She's a very busy entrepreneur, and I'm so grateful that she took time away from her busy schedule to officiate today. A lady of many talents, she speaks at least 9 languages. To Abraham, Esther, and Peter of the Mombasa Roots Band, you've done a wonderful job. Shukuru-san. I thank you, Your Excellency, once again, each one of you, ladies and gentlemen, for visiting us here today. God bless you all.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for inviting me. I was very excited when I got the invitation to come, because every time I've met Mama Diate, I've left inspired. And she said we inspired us. I think it's the reverse. She inspires us with her dedication and commitment. And I've learned a couple things today already. I love learning new things. One, I've learned never to follow her as a speaker. because she's an incredible act to follow. And two, I've now learned exactly where the expression "yes we can" came from. It didn't come from Barack Obama, it came from her. He probably stole it from her. You know, he was in Kenya a couple years ago. So, you ought to copyright that. But, you know, the other reason I was excited to be here is because the dedication today of this new facility, it really is a sign of hope for Kenya. And I thought that Mama Hiate said it very well. When there's so much discussion about all the difficulties, it's so easy to focus on all the problems and all of the challenges that Kenyans face. But the dedication of this facility, the expansion of this facility in a way that can deliver services that are desperately needed by Kenyans of all ethnic groups, of all social classes, is a real indication that the country is in fact moving ahead. It's a sign of growth, it's a sign of hope, and it's a sign, very importantly, of the commitment that Kenyans have to building a better future. And I want to take this opportunity also to say that the dedication of this facility is also a validation of this program that the United States government has to assist in fighting HIV/AIDS. And President Obama and the U.S. Congress have both made clear their commitment to continuing and even expanding this vitally important program. So we couldn't be here at a better moment. Various people have focused on the history of this facility. It began in the late 1970s as a small outpatient clinic with a primary focus on family planning services. But it's grown to become a real center of excellence. You know, so many times that term is used, center of excellence, but it doesn't mean perhaps as much as it should. But when we use that term here with respect to Bomu, it means everything that it should. It means excellence from the dedication of the staff, from the quality and the care that's given, to the accountability and the transparency in what is being done. So it's a center of excellence not only for this particular town of Mombasa, for this coast province, but also for all of Kenya. It's a great example, and I urge Kenyans to look at what is happening here today. So because of that, it's really been a unique privilege for the United States government to support the expansion of this facility. And that makes me proud as an American. I often point out in the great partnership between the United States and Kenya. In that great partnership, the most important part of it is the non-governmental part. Far more funds and support come to Kenya through the private sector and non-governmental groups than from the U.S. government. And that's the true nature of partnership. Virtually every element of our PEPFAR and wider healthcare programs is represented by the work of Bomu, including continued support for its original focus on family planning services. And you couldn't have proved that you were any more cutting edge than in that fashion show. I gotta tell you, I think that's cutting edge even for New York. But you're right at the forefront there. In the area of HIV, this facility and its outreach to neighboring areas delivers community-based health prevention programs, HIV counseling and testing, and prevention of mother-to-child transmission, care for orphans, and that's been a flagship program, better health outcomes for HIV-infected children, as well as comprehensive HIV/AIDS counseling services. Most importantly, every single service is provided with integrity, with the highest level of quality, and with deep respect for recipients, no matter what their station in life. The PEPFAR budget this year, as I was saying earlier, exceeds 530. I was actually wrong. It's not 520. It's $530 million, which is about 42.5 billion Kenyan shillings. Now, investment this year in Bomu itself will be over 180 million Kenyan shillings. And I don't think there's any place in this country, probably in the world, where we're getting a better return on our investment than at Bomu here in Kenya. Our overall budget is largely committed to service delivery to protect Kenyans from infection or to assist them if they are ill. But we are also making strategic investments in physical infrastructure essential to delivering those services, which is what we're dedicating here today. But what we most celebrate on this occasion is the fact, confirmed to me by our technical staff, that no investment by my government to date in improving basic infrastructure for healthcare has been as cost effective or resulted in facilities of such exemplary quality as here at Bomu. And I join in congratulating the architect and the builder, but I also want to acknowledge the diligence and drive with which you, Mama Hayati, have driven this project. And I would have been deeply worried for a lot of reasons if we had not completed this, because I knew that Mama Hayati would know where to find me. She'd be coming after me. So we had to get this done, and I had to come down for this dedication. There is a family feeling. I think we saw it in the fashion show. We've seen it in the air here at Bomu. There's a family feeling. And I think it stems at least in part from the fact that the entire staff refers to the founder and executive director as Mama. I noticed your chair just said Mama. That's the name. But that sense of family really translates into something. It translates into motivation. It translates into inspiration. And it translates into the maintaining of a very high standard of quality that makes Bomu the model that it is. To her children, grandchildren, and other family members gathered here today, I'm sure that you are as proud of Mama Hayati as we are, and as happy as we are to be partners with her in this heroic and historic work. Thank you. In just 5 years' time, every expectation we have had for this partnership has been exceeded by leaps and bounds. And there are now nearly 8,000 men, women, and children receiving HIV services, including almost 4,000 receiving antiretroviral drugs through the Bomu Clinic. That represents, listen to this, that represents a 2,300% increase over our initial goals for our work together. I wish the stock market gave that kind of return. You should be investing in Bomu Clinic. So for this and so many other reasons, we no longer simply hope that Bomu can grow along with the growth in our investment and expectations. We know that it can. And in fact, I dare say, Buck, that we are struggling to keep up with how quickly Bomu is expanding its services and delivering that return on investment. I only hope we have enough funds to continue to invest in the future. And I never like to put Buck on the spot, but I like the way Mama Hayati works, you know? She sort of, you come and see her, and she sort of, you say you're going to do something, she pockets that, and then very quickly she's asking for the next tranche. That's good. That's good. That's as good as any capitalist you're going to meet. Thank God you're not a politician, or every politician in Kenya would be in great trouble. Maybe you should become a politician, actually. So it's really been our privilege to walk this far with Bomu in providing a more hopeful future for all the people who benefit from its care. And I want to assure you, Omiati, and I want to assure all the people that work here, and I want to assure the community that we will continue to stand with you, that we will continue to provide the support you need, and that we will maintain this great partnership that we have with you. Thank you so much for inviting me today.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. And to celebrate this momentous occasion, we would like to have a small cake cutting ceremony. The Bomu team will bring out the cake. As we express our gratitude, let us never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor to thank, first and foremost, God Almighty, His Excellency Michael Röhneberger and